Recon Athlete Podcast is brought to you by Kreitz Market, The Social, and Focus Fit San Marcos.
I thought this was America. Huh? Isn't this America? I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
All right, Recon Athlete, episode 92. Chris Sanchez, Paul Rodriguez, Zach Luceto somewhere. Hold on, Paul.
All right.
I'm trying to start my watch party. It ain't letting me. See, like I can hear myself now. I don't want to do that. Come on, Facebook. I know Twitter was messing up today. I feel like Facebook is messing up too. Come on, dog. Come on, doggy. Don't do me like this. Don't do me like this. Anyways, I don't know. Paul, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. What's up, man?
Chilling, man. Just watching all the fun stuff going on in recruiting over the day. Lots of cool stuff. Not to toot our own horn, but Recon Athlete has been on the forefront of some of the rankings that some very prominent recruiting websites have given out today. So we're probably about 3 or 4 months ahead of them for the ratings that we got for the Recon ratings, which for Recon Athlete should be coming out in the middle of August 2020. FYI, tease.
Okay. All right, there we go. Now I got my watch party rolling. All right, word up. Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about some high school football ratings. I know you and Zach wanted to get into a little bit about the 6A and 5A. Y'all put it out there on the messenger. We'll talk some ratings as far as the Madden goes, and also some college football by geography, which I thought was I didn't know what you were talking about, but I did a little Googling, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Did you see it in the messenger that Zach dropped?
I mean, I saw something, and then I found this other thing. But like, the only problem is like when I'm doing this, like, so I have to be like, our Recon page is set up, through you, so I have to be on your Facebook, and like I can't pull up my Facebook messengers during this.
But it should be in my messenger because we're all in the same one. So if you pull up messenger, you should be able to scroll and see it. I'm just thinking hypothetically, like if I'm on my messenger right now and I can see it. Just food for thought.
Okay, I got it. All right, we'll wait for Zach to get here. I think he's coming, right?
I don't know. I thought we were doing call-in shows. That's what I had put out there to keep everybody responsible. But Zach wants to do his diva thing. So,
all right, that's what's up. All right, so since we're gonna wait, we'll wait for Zach to do the high school football stuff. You want to do the college football thing or the Madden ratings first?
I mean, how has your week been, Chris? How are you doing, my friend?
Man, bro, I wouldn't even want to get into that, dog. I didn't want to get into it, bro. Like, really.
I mean, you could just fake it to make it, you know?
I mean, like, so yeah. All right. So then, if that's what we're doing, yeah, my week's been great. You know.
Okay.
My week's been awesome, man. Yeah, I've been doing so many things that I've been wanting to do. And what's up, Zach? Zach's in the house, chilling. But yeah, man, it's been all right, man. I don't know, dude. All this news that's been coming out, man. It's been bumming me out, you know. Like even like, you know, the stuff that came out today.
Is this thing on?
You know, moving. You know, the stuff that came out today about moving in-class instruction to September 7th, which also will move back any type of sports, including high school football and volleyball and all the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just bumming me out, bro. Just like, you know what I mean? So it's almost hard to stay up. You know what I mean? Like, be positive. I don't know if you got that. Is that the same with you, Paul?
No, you gotta keep looking up. That's where it all is.
Yeah.
No, man. I'm not like that. Like, because I'm always on social media, I become, I think, a little bit numb to all the negativity and just let it roll off my back. Just because I'm always in it and I see what's going on, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Okay, cool. Like, I got other things I got to get done pertaining to Recon athlete, and so I just keep it moving, man. And I don't let anything I see bum me out just because I can wake up, I can walk, I can talk. I mean, I'm blessed, man. I mean, I got food in the fridge, roof over my head, and, you know, if I want to go somewhere, I can get in my car and drive. I don't have to walk, even though I probably should walk.
Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah. And that's good, man. I mean, that's what I try to do. I mean, I try to remind myself, you know, about my blessings, and I got to be like, stay positive and be like, you know what, like,
yeah,
I got a lot of good things going on in my life. You know, not everything that you know, we necessarily want, but, you know, he doesn't always give us everything we want. He gives us everything we need. So, you know, that's what's up. Zach, what's up with that, man?
I gotta stay lit, bro.
Yeah.
Is that a Dos Equis?
That's how.
Yeah,
that's
like
how
he pulls out an empty Dos Equis can.
No, it's not empty. I'm drinking it.
Fool, you don't ever drink, dude.
I'm drinking it right now.
Have you ever had alcohol?
You want to know? You want to know how I know? You want to know how I know he's not drinking that? The way he held it and the way he grabbed it. You can tell he's not a drinker by the way he grabbed the can.
He don't drink. Have you ever had alcohol?
I've taken 3 sips in my life, and I know when they all were.
Oh, for real? When were they?
Yeah. One was my sophomore year of college, and one of my friends was like bugging me about it. He was like, "I'll leave you alone for the rest of the night if you just take a drink of this beer." And I took a sip of it. And another time was at during Fiesta. I went and got my underage friend a drink.
A drink, yeah.
And I was like,
took a little sip. What was it?
Kind of good. It was a margarita.
Oh, okay. What was the first drink?
A beer.
A beer
of some sort.
Okay.
But the margarita was good. I was like, man, this is good. If it wasn't for the alcohol, like,
yeah,
the alcohol, the worst part. I'd rather just have a slush.
And the third time?
The third time, I don't remember the third time, but I know for the first two I remember.
The third time because you got lit.
I guess so. I only took sips. Like, I only took sips. I don't even get the wine at church.
Man, that's good, man. That's good, bro. That's good stuff, though, bro. I'm glad you don't drink, man.
Yeah, so I can take y'all home for the Recon's 1000th episode.
Yeah,
when y'all get lit.
We're about to hit 100 here in a couple weeks, man.
That ain't nothing. That's just a stepping stone.
Yeah, to be the 100.
Yeah,
100.
Yeah.
So, when was the first 3 times you drank?
You keep it a buck, but I'm trying to keep it a G.
Paul, what was the first 3 times you drank? Do you remember?
When I was 12.
No, actually, I didn't have my first drink until I was like 4 months before I turned 21.
So you did it like before you were 21?
Oh, you.
Yeah, man. Wow.
Illegal.
Yeah. Surprise.
Illegal, dude.
You know your parents.
And then probably. Yeah, probably then, and then when the day I turned 21, because it was on it was like on a Thursday, and I had just gotten off work, and I had like, I'm gonna buy a beer, so I bought like 2 tall boys, and then the third time was probably like the party for my 21st birthday, and I don't remember that.
It's different though, like with me, like asking me like the 3 times I drank, because those are literally like the only 3 times I've ever drank, like, because like in reality, the answer to that question probably would have been, well, all in that same first night, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Like the first and the second and the third was all that same time. And for me, it was like just a sip here, a sip there, a sip there. Because, like, I'm sure for you, like, when is the last time you didn't drink would probably be a better question. When are the last 3 times you didn't drink?
Oh, man. Like the last 3 days, man.
Because this is still cold.
Man, come on, man. That's old, dude. That's all. It's been over there forever, dude.
I had to dig it out.
That's from
the
last.
other beer ones.
That's like from 2 weekends ago.
I had to pick
bro.
which one I wanted to put on the table. There was so much.
Man, ain't nothing up there but Topo Chico and Ozarka bottles. And then one thing that's the one thing that I've always kind of like, maybe during the like when we were locked down, which hopefully we don't get locked down again. But during the lockdown, that was like the first time that I really had alcohol like in my apartment. Like I don't really keep
alcohol
in my
weird
apartment.
that whenever like you said, whenever everything like shut down, it was like the liquor stores were like popping.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like I don't like and like so what made you buy alcohol? Like
I don't know, because what else was I gonna do? Like,
is it like because the times was tough? You wanted
I
to get some
don't
drinks,
know,
or like
bro.
what is that? Like how does that?
Well, because like I guess it was like, you know, because usually, you know, if I want to drink, I'll, you know, go to Revelry, you know, I'll go hang out over there, you know, it's right around the corner, you know, because for me it's a social thing, you know, like hanging out and being with friends and stuff like that. Like I don't try to get lit or anything like that, you know. It's just more of
but if that's the case, if you drink because of the social aspect, if you can't be the social anymore, wouldn't that mean like shout out the social?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that mean like you wouldn't be drinking?
Right.
But instead it's the opposite.
It was the opposite, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I was, you know, it was me and Snoop. Are you sipping on something right now, Paul?
Yeah, ice water.
Okay. Yeah,
Sounds
but
like
like
you're trying to start a lawnmower.
but like, yeah, I mean, it was kind of weird. Yeah, you're right. Like everything's kind of like started getting crazy. So that was like the first time, but that was like the first time I actually like went and got liquor
Like,
for
liquor,
the apartment. You know what I mean? Like to have some here. Like I really don't keep
because it's
anything
weird,
here.
like the precedent that alcohol, like the precedent that was placed on alcohol during like all the shutdown and stuff. Because like as soon as everything was shut down, it was like, but not liquor stores. And then like as soon as everything shut down, it was like, but you can still do to go alcohol.
To-go drinks,
That was like such like a prominent part of all of the like orders that were signed.
Well, I mean, Austin's such a drinking town, though, man. You know, like that's kind of what people do. It's funny because Austin is like, it's a very healthy town. Like, and you see people like, you know, riding their bikes and running and, you know, walking all the time. But that, like, it's also a very like drinking town, you know. So it's kind of like, I don't know.
Is Austin a college town? Would you call it a college town?
I would say it's a college town. Paul, would you think you call Austin a college town?
Yeah, man, for sure. There's a lot of schools here. Can one of y'all do me a favor?
What's up?
When Dos Equis cuts a check, we'll put their can on there. Can y'all kick that thing off? They ain't cutting no checks, baby.
I'll take it.
Can I leave my Pepsi there?
Well, I didn't know it was a Pepsi because I can't see the label, so thanks.
All I wanted was a Pepsi. I don't know, but yeah, Austin is Austin is, I guess, is a college town.
But I guess that's where you could say it's different by, you could like say it's a college city instead of a college town.
Okay.
You know,
I like that. I like that better.
College station, a college town, like Auburn, a college town.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think okay. So you know, I grew up here, right? I mean, we all grew up here. Or Paul, you grew up more mainly in Lockhart, but I mean, you grew up you were in Pflugerville, which is Austin, pretty much. And like when I was growing up, like in the '90s. You know, which, you know, of course I was born in 80, but like in the 90s was my
born in 80?
My formative years.
Dude, I was like negative like 14.
Yeah,
dude.
dog.
God dang, how old are you? 38?
Man, I'm 40, dog.
Oh God, dang, 47?
So Zach, how old is your dad?
I don't know, old. I guess as old as Chris.
He's
might as well be.
So I was trying to get at.
So back in the 90s, yeah, I would consider Austin a college town because like it wasn't really well known yet for South by Southwest. It wasn't really, I mean, even though South by Southwest was going on, it wasn't a big thing. That didn't really happen until like turn of the century.
The live music capital.
Always been live music capital of the world. I mean, we were, you know, known for being weird and stuff like that. And, you know, but mainly it was the University of Texas. I mean,
but do you think,
you know, I mean, that's the, what do they call it? 800-pound gorilla. So, you know, the University of Texas, man.
Do you think it'd be like, it would be the live music capital of the world? Like it would be South by Southwest if UT wasn't here? Like, do you think that plays a factor into like why Austin?
I don't know. No, I think where's BJ?
That's a question for Snoop.
That is a question for Snoop. But then like at the same time,
yeah, go ahead. Keep going.
At the same time, it's like you wouldn't say like Memphis is a college city, you know?
So hold on.
Oh my God! Talking about Austin. I'm just gonna get off the phone now.
How many minutes is your phone charged, Chris?
My phone's charged. Though. What's up, BJ?
Go to the Black Cat on Thursday night, and you missed out on a part of life, man.
Well, I mean,
right?
Zach didn't know, man. Zach was born in '94.
At Joe's
dog.
generic bar for $5, you missed out on life.
See, Zach, that's when you could go to a venue for $5. That's how old these guys are.
Yeah, man. I mean, okay. Let me tell you this story. Let me tell you this story real quick, BJ. Hold on, because BJ is a very
We wanted to go out, so we got our horses and we rode down.
He's a big part of this story. So
put on my 10-gallon hat.
So me and BJ, we went to high school together. We went to Westwood, and like
Class of 71.
What we would do a lot of times was they would have when Live Music Capital of the World was Live Music Capital of the World, that means they had live music on 6th Street. And they had it like every night. And you had bands like Steamroller, Breedlove, Sister Seven.
Breedlove.
Like all these bands.
Sunflower. Ian Moore.
Yeah, Ian Moore. Like all these bands that would play. And so BJ actually got me to start going down to 6th Street to go to these live shows that were at, what was that place called? God.
Steamboat. Yeah, the Black Cat. Yeah.
Yeah, we would go to Steamboat a lot. So like, what we would do is like, there was an arcade, and and shout out to everybody on the watch party right now. But there was an arcade down on the drag called Einstein's, and so me and BJ would go to Einstein's, play video games, give our extra quarters to the drag rats on the way out, and then head down to Steamboat, and watch live shows. And we did that a lot. Like we did that like all the time. We would do that all the time. Of course, we get there. It was all ages shows though. So it didn't really matter. I mean, we might have been like 16, 17 or whatever, but it's all ages show. You would just, pay your, whatever it was, $10 or whatever, $5. They put X's on your hands, and then,
you go in the bathroom and wipe them off.
Yeah, you try to, and the waitresses would come by. Hey, honey, what y'all need? And, me and BJ be like, oh, give me a Bud Light. And they'd be like, oh, that's, you're so cute. You want a Coke? I'm like, yeah, all right.
That's like it costs like a nickel, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So, but like, yeah, that was what we did back in the day, in the 90s, and that's what was really the driver behind that Live Music Capital of the World. I don't really think it had a whole lot to do with the University of Texas. Do you, BJ?
No, it was its own kind of unique, independent thing. It was probably the end of this unique kind of subculture of what Austin was. We were there on like the right tail end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And no, that didn't have anything to do with UT. That was something totally separate. Now you would see UT people down there.
Yeah.
Like you see the football players in a pack down there, but
right.
like it was totally separate.
Totally separate. I mean,
I feel like now though, like the thing, like the cool thing to do is just more like way more grander than that. Like if it's, I can go to this bar that has a few people there, like the people I know, or like I can go to this club with a bunch of people. Like I want to go to that club because it's popping. Like if you go out, I mean, you know how it is because you still be going out. Like you hear people say like, oh, that place is dead. Oh, that place is dead. When it's really like the amount of people that would be like at the like local bar type spots. It's like, that's not where no one wants to go anymore. Like everyone wants to go to like the poppin' places, that the place that have like a bunch of people. Like no one wants to go to these small venue concerts. Everyone wants to go to ACL. Like no one wants to go. If someone's playing Stubbs indoors, like they're trash. Like I'd rather wait to see someone that's playing Waller Creek Amphitheater or whatever it's called. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like it's
a different culture.
It's like like the vibe.
I'll contend that Austin is not the live music place anymore, man. That's just what it's marketed to be. Like it used to be, you'd go down to 6th Street and you would just walk up and down the street and listen. And if somebody was playing tunes that you liked, I mean, you pay $4 or $5 to go in there. I mean, that's how we discovered a lot of these bands.
Yeah. We would just kind of
and a lot of these people have gotten big now.
And it was
like the first time I saw Vallejo was on a Monday night for free.
Yeah.
You know,
and it was
it's changed.
It was a good time. It was fun, But I think maybe it's a culture thing, like Zach is saying. I mean, now it's South by Southwest. Of course, when there's no pandemic going on, ACL.
Everything is just so much more mainstream now. It's like if you're walking down the street and you hear someone that sounds good, you say, "Who is that?" And you read the thing, and you're like, "You know who that is?" Nope. Keep walking.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, I want to check out this new band. Like no one really cares,
Yeah, that's kind of that's definitely different.
Like whenever, even whenever you're on like social media and stuff now, it's like, hey, does anyone have new music? Like, they don't want to hear new artists. They want to hear like new music from people they already know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
this is. I have to agree with my long-haired friend here, man. Like, it's totally changed. You're right. It's nowadays it is mainstream, and it's gone from this cultural shift, right, where it was really independent music, local venues, local bands that only local people knew about, and they lived off of their CDs and from bar tips.
Mm-hmm.
And then I feel like Austin transitioned to like the flashy lights, kind of paradox crowd, upbeat house music. And now it's kind of transitioning into this like, wannabe hipster, cool place kind of thing with the big venues who bring in large acts that are going to sell, 1,000 tickets or more,
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but one of this pandemic, man. Like we don't have ACL. South by Southwest got canceled. I mean, I don't know when we're going to get all this back. So last concert we talked about it. Before, but the last concert I went to, me and Snoop went to see Ice Cube at the Nutty Brown, which the Nutty Brown I saw on Facebook the other day are having socially distanced. I think we lost Paul. Are having socially distanced concerts. No, I didn't.
Yeah,
did I?
Yeah.
Oh man, dang it! Call back, BJ. My bad, dog. There he is.
The one on the right, yeah.
There he is. Yeah, my bad.
I'm
trying to do too many things, dog.
No, you just don't know technology because you're 49. You just don't know You just don't know technology.
Paul,
you
there?
were born before the internet.
Did y'all hang up on me or what?
No,
Because I heard y'all talking and then it was like boom, call drop.
BJ, you still there? BJ. Oh man. So, anyways,
your calls is just dropping. You got bad signal in here.
Yeah, I got bad signal in here. Y'all call back, dog. But yeah, I mean,
Snoop, you have anything to say about the stuff we're talking about? About what? About all the the live music and stuff. Can you give him a summary? Can you give Snoop a summary of what we've been talking about?
I've been listening.
You've been listening. He knows.
No, it has been the live music capital for a while.
Yeah.
Because I feel like now it's just like Austin, just like another stop on like major tour, like
for sure.
Like roads,
People will skip over Austin.
Let me get you. Hold on, Snoop. I got you, dog. Come on, dog.
I got this food only.
Who cares, man?
It's a family show.
Yeah, Snoop's amazing.
Man.
BJ said you're hot, so come on.
All right. Hold on. Sorry, Paul. I know Paul's getting frustrated with us.
Yeah, he is. We're not talking about that.
I know. My bad, dog.
Staggering.
Are y'all there? All right.
Yeah. What are we doing, guys?
No, man.
We're going off tangent.
Man, we're going off, man. We're going off.
Other topics as a sign.
It's Recon live.
I've been hung up on
leave.
No, dude. I don't know. I think it's my phone, dog. It's my phone.
You gotta.
Hey, I'll leave y'all with this, and then y'all can bore me to death with baseball. Please don't talk about baseball.
Okay.
Best show I saw in Austin with Chris was actually a major show because we saw a lot of great shows. We saw Rage Against the Machine in the Roots play at South Park Meadows, where that Target is. That used to be a concert venue, and that show was absolutely insane. All right. And you can actually find it online on YouTube, man. So that was the best show ever. But other than that, my prediction is that there will be no college football. Nothing wrong with that.
No high school football too, right?
Yeah, no, I just don't think it's going to happen, man.
Yeah.
I put the chances of there being a high school football season under 10%.
Oh, wow. All right, brother. Appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, I'll be listening, guys. Love y'all show.
All right, man. Later. So let's go ahead and make that transition then. We wanted to talk about, the Dave Campbell stuff.
That was a good little tangent.
Yeah. But now it's almost like, I mean, is it even going to matter what the rankings are right now? Because
But I mean, I think you have to talk like that though. Like you have to talk like it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I mean, ESPN hasn't missed a day talking about stuff that they hope is gonna happen. You know, like. So, I mean, you have to, especially like for the sake of like the kids too. You have to be speaking optimistically.
Yeah. So that we can do that. You know.
Like you don't see none of that, like all the like you see all these offers. You don't see all these high school like these college coaches being like, "Well, we really like you a lot, but we're not going to have a season, so we're not going to offer you."
Yeah,
you know, like it's the opposite.
All right, so let's get into that. You want to do 6A or 5A?
Let's go small to big.
Okay, so 5A. Got a little screenshot. We go 10-1 or 1-10.
10-1.
10-1. 10. We got Amarillo,
Tascosa.
Okay. I can't read it. I mean, I'm getting old.
Let me read it.
Red Oak at number 9.
Where are your readers, Chris?
Cedar Park at 8. And Richmond Foster at 7.
Like
I need the ones that like connect in the middle. Put those with you. So Amarillo, Tascosa.
Yep.
10. Red Oak 9. Cedar Park 8. Richmond Foster 7. Paul Rodriguez. What do you think about that?
I mean, I think Cedar Park is ranked way lower than they should be. Personally, I think they should be about 5 or 6. But I mean, I think right now the way things are, a lot of this was based off of last year, and then you have some 6A schools dropping down into like the top 5 of that rankings also. So that's something to take into consideration. But I don't know. What Cedar Park has coming back, I mean, they have D2 to D1 offers on the offensive side of the ball. And then, I think they can protect Ryder a lot better once things get in the season, if we can get in the season. And on the defensive side of the ball, I mean, all their linebacker core have been offered by D2 schools. And I think even in 1 or 2 DBs. So that's just real promising for their defensive side. And of course, we all know that Coach Absek is going to keep them disciplined to, go through 4 quarters. And, if they didn't meet Maynard, who nobody really thought Maynard was going to, give them a challenge except for Recon athlete to, get the W's, because we rolled with them. We rolled with Maynard on that game in the playoffs. I don't know. I think that maybe Cedar Park could have gone to the final. I don't think they would have won, but definitely a state championship appearance could have been in their neighborhood. But it'll be interesting to see. But I like Cedar Park to be at least 5 or 6. I think where they're at I think 7 is a little low.
I think
they're 8.
I think with Cedar Park, I think being a school that's not pumping out big time Division I recruits, that's not pumping out like high caliber recruits, to be like ranked high by most people in general, you have to like. I think the only reason Cedar Park is even in the top 10 is because they're Cedar Park. I think because of Cedar Park's lack of like being in that final game the last couple years, the last 3 years. Thank you, Snoop. I think that's why they're down at 8. Like if Cedar Park is continuing to make these deep playoff runs, then I think that's how they creep up this top 10. But when you're a school that's not filled with D1 talent, that's not ESPN 300 on all of your like both sides of the ball, you have to be there to be projected to be there in the next year, And I think it would have taken that Maynard game to put them here, to put them up there. And then, but what's interesting on this list, like kind of like a deep cut here, is I think this list came out earlier in the summer or earlier in the month, and to see Red Oak at 9. That's before they got the transfer quarterback from Duncanville, who I think has like a really big upside. I think Red Oak is gonna, because I mean that means they're already putting a lot of stock in Red Oak even without this kid. So I think Red Oak is a name to like be on the lookout for years to come, to kind of take that next step, because they've never really been a football school like that. They have good volleyball, they have good baseball, but for them to be big time contenders in football, I think this shows that they're stepping that way.
All right, and then we got at 6. We got Manville, Lancaster at 5, Highland Park at 4, and then the top 3 are Longview 3, Frisco Lone Star 2, and then Denton Ryan at 1.
So I think like back to my point that I was making about Cedar Park is like schools like Manville, schools like Longview, schools like Ryan, Lone Star, and Lancaster. Those are schools that are pumping out 4 or 5 star guys, multiple on each sides of the ball, and because of that, they're gonna be ranked high and projected to finish high in their district and in the state like every year because of that alone. I mean, Manville hasn't made a super deep playoff run since they went to state. Like Highland Park lost so much, but they're at 4. I mean, that's a perfect example of like just what having the recruits will do. But in terms of Denton Ryan being 1, I think that I think they're a shoe in to make it to the state game, just with the guys that they return on both sides of the ball. Paul.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm really high on Frisco Lone Star. I mean, their big time quarterback Garen Rangel is one of the top class of 22 quarterbacks that's going to be prospect to come out. And I mean, he's got big offers from Houston, Nevada, Northwestern, and Oklahoma State already sitting on the table. And so I think that's kind of why Lone Star is ranked as high as they are in 5A D1. But Longview, the type of athletes in competition I think Longview faces on a year-end basis, and being the first year without Haynes King, who's already at Texas A&M University, is going to be probably leaving off where they left off last year, but now in a classification lower. But Hayes King's dad is still the head coach at Longview, and so he's going to just continue to move forward his system. But Den Ryan at number 1, that's they're always high in the rankings. So I think the list is accurate. I'd move Cedar Park up a little bit more, but let's not forget Cedar Park does have D1 athletes at quarterback and on offensive line. So that's just something to keep in mind. They may not be perennial D1 Power 5 school kids, but they're definitely D1 athletes, and so I think that's something to take into consideration.
Hey, Paul, one of those Frisco schools, that's where that Mexican quarterback is, right? That's like super good.
Yeah, that's Garrett Rangel. That's Frisco Lone Star.
I feel like I think there's another one too at Ryder. I think
that's Wichita Falls Ryder.
Yeah.
That's Jacob Rodriguez.
See,
he'll be a senior going into next year,
and he's got big time. He's gonna get some big time offers too.
Yeah, he already has humongous offers on the table. Power 5 schools, and these are both good sized kids. 6'2", 180. I think Garrett Rangel is 6'2", 170. So he'll have an extra year to get a little bit more strength on his frame. But yeah, I mean, and that's another thing too. A lot of people aren't taking into consideration. And we're all Tejanos, Hispanic descent, Mexican descent, and that's what's gonna be the wave of the future. I don't know if y'all really know, but Buda Johnson, their new quarterback is going to be Jesse Medina. We have RJ Martinez and Ryder Hernandez at Westwood and Cedar Park respectively. So, there's a lot more Hispanic quarterbacks coming through the rankings, and, they're all taking the right steps to play on the biggest level. So definitely names to watch.
Coming off the baseball field.
Coming off the baseball field, off the soccer pitch.
Yeah,
the gente showing out, fool.
All right,
I
Chris,
like it.
So, question for you on this,
man. Don't
top
ask
3.
Me about it. Don't ask me.
Top
about
3
this.
helmets on the pitch. Who's got the coolest helmets on the pitch?
Top 3 helmets. Okay, hold on. Let me go back to that thing.
Yeah.
My bad. Oh, okay. Top 3 helmets. I like Richmond Foster for sure.
Richmond Foster. That's a
Foster
big time syntax killer right there.
Yeah, Foster Falcons. Shout out to Tracy Sansone. She's a alum. Let's see. And then I mean, you can't really go with Highland Park, right? I mean,
I'm a fan of Highland
like
Park.
That?
It gets kind of like that Penn State vibes, like the just solid color, straight up. They kind of got that matte finish.
I'm going to go with Foster, Ryan, and Cedar Park.
Ryan, huh?
Yeah, I like that Raiders on the side like that. That's dope.
Cool. All right, let's go to 6A.
6A. We're gonna do all these. They got like 21 schools.
I would do the top 10.
Top 10. All right. So top 10. We'll start with Humboldt Atascocita. If you weren't, and if you didn't, if you're not a Texan, you wouldn't know how to say any of that. Humboldt Atascocita. 9 is Lake Travis. 8 Alvin Shadow Creek. 7 South Lake Carroll. 6 Allen. And Lake Travis at 9. Think that's too low? Because I know you like. I know
that's Snoop's team.
Yeah, I mean, Paul, you thought Cedar Park was too low. Do you think that's too low for Lake Travis, or you think that's about right?
Given who's above them too.
Well, that's true, and that's a good point, Zach, to make, because you do have Shadow Creek and you do have South Lake Carroll ahead of them, and so I think right now for me, based off what we've seen by those three teams, just in general, South Lake Carroll, Shadow Creek, and Lake Travis, I think Lake Travis is in the right spot for them.
All right.
Yeah, I definitely think they're a top 10 school. Looking at the names that are above them and even kind of just around them in that 9 spot, I think just based off of what we know is there, how they did last year, I think 9 is a good spot, and I think it's a good spot for Lake Travis to climb from. Just looking at this list real quick though, San Antonio Brandeis at 21, I think is very, very bold of them to put them as a top 25 team in 6A. I think that's really big. Cedar Hill, I think you could put them probably a little higher just because of what they perennially how they perennially perform. I think that's the same with Cy-Fair.
Yeah, they're at 16 right now.
And then having Steele and Judson at 18 and 14 respectively. I think you're always going to have both of these schools in every rankings. Yeah. But it's almost like counterintuitive because they're never both going to be successful because they have to play each other. So I think I would put Steele above Judson this year just because of what they have on the defensive side of the ball. So I would probably switch that. But I mean, I think everything else off of the top 10 and then what we just read, I think putting Shadow Creek at 8 in 6A and their first year in 6A, I think is pretty bold too. But again, that's what recruiting does for you. I mean, that's what having your guys rated so high does for you is put a lot of very high projections and a lot of faith in what how you're gonna perform.
Yeah, Paul.
Yeah, and I want people to take into consideration too, like where South Lake Carroll is right now is mainly due to their class of 22 quarterback Quinn Ewers, and he's the number one for the class of 22. He's the number one prospect in the nation, much less the state. And so, I think a lot of what is going into South Lake Carroll is based off of Coach Dodge, the son of Todd Dodge, Coach Dodge, Seth Dodge, I believe is his name, and the quarterback for Quinn Ewers, who's already, I believe he's almost 100% commitment to Oklahoma. So of course they just continue to get stronger. But Zach's right. Recruiting for Shadow Creek and all the D1 athletes that they produce, and then not to mention, their state championship runs are second to none right now. But Lake Travis, they're no slouches either. They got a ton of talent on their end, just on the offensive side with Nate Yarnell, Jackson Scruggs, Weston Stevens. The list could go on and on, but I know Snoop may be listening, and Snoop, I'm sorry, but right now in the state of Texas, Lake Travis is 9, and that's where they're going to hold.
All right, we got Allen 6, Denton Guyer 5, Westlake at 4, Katy 3, Duncanville 2, and Galena Park North Shore at 1.
I think 1 and 2 on any list is just interchangeable, and I think it's 1, 2, skip a few, and then 3, and that 1 and 2 is very interchangeable. I think having Westlake and Guyer right next to each other is correct. And I think Guyer deserves to be up there because they do return their quarterback that got injured in the state championship game, who's an A&M commit. So again, and they have some big name guys on the defensive side of the ball as well. So I think Guyer is going to be there to stay. So I think 4 and 5 is good. I don't know as much about the Katy team, but again, just based off of like their history, it's almost like Katy and Allen are going to be top 5, top 10 from now until the end of our time, just because of what they've done so consistently.
Paul,
I'm high on Westlake, and I like where they are, but we really Zach kind of mentioned 1 and 2 interchangeable, and I'm not really with that. I think that with Chris Parsons leaving, who went to Red Oak, who would have been their new quarterback after DeQuinton Jackson, went on to the University of Texas, really plays a huge matchup. And I'm not going to drop them far, but I would probably drop them to maybe 3 or 4. I'm definitely going to move up Westlake and Katy. I have a lot of vested interest in Westlake. I think they have the best quarterback in the region with Cade Klubnik. I think they have the best receiver in the region with Jaden Greyhouse, who will just be a sophomore. Aiden Kennard is already a D1 commit to Illinois State. Zane Miners has offers from every military academy and Ivy League school in the nation. There's too much talent that they return on the offensive side of the ball. And I'm not saying that their defense can't play. I know Lucas Maru is their is Dave Campbell's defensive MVP for the district. Hayden Bray is a D1 commit or D1 offer right now on the table, defensive line for Westlake. I just see them playing well, and with Coach Salazar leading that defense and what they did in the playoffs, I just don't know how they're not in the top three, in my opinion. Am I splitting hairs? You better believe it. But I would love to see how Westlake would have done in the state championship for 6A D1. It would have been interesting last year.
But do you agree that if 1 and 2 aren't interchangeable, then 1 is definitely a few steps above everybody else? Or do you think? I think
1 is set with North Shore. There's so much talent in that area that I just you can't argue with it right now. Unless somebody knocks off North Shore, I'm not going to believe it that way.
But I mean, I don't even know if you could say, because I mean we're talking about quarterbacks. I mean they have a West Virginia commit right there. I mean he was really close to being a Elite 11 finalist. But I mean we say unless someone knocks them off, but I mean all of these districts when you go into Houston and DFW, they're so tough, and you see these guys play someone in district, lose close, and then beat them again in the playoffs. So I mean, it's almost like when you're those districts, all you have to do is make it to the playoffs, and then the race starts. It's like you spin district, you spin pre-district. I mean, maybe even the pre-district games mean a little more than the district ones, because that's when you're playing someone from outside, or normally you would be playing someone from outside your region, another big name. Mm-hmm. But I mean, if North Shore plays like Westfield or something like that, that game could go either way, and then whoever loses that game is I don't think that loss is going to hurt them in long term at all.
No, and I think I can agree with that, Zach. But at the same time, I think the most tested schools are going to be tested in the playoffs. And I understand a preseason game can go one way and not hurt you as much. It's kind of like if you're an Alabama and you play a school like Oregon, and maybe it's a close game, and so you drop in the rankings a little bit, but overall you're battle tested, and once you get to the playoffs, it's when you make your run. And so that's why I kind of want to see, it's not what have you done for me, throughout the whole season. And that's why I have a lot of weight with Westlake. It's because their body of work in the playoffs only is what I'm going to take into consideration, because they did lose to Lake Travis last year in the district matchup. Once they get into the playoffs, Westlake just runs through everybody on their way to a state championship. And so I'm taking that into consideration also with North Shore. And that's why I'm saying I want to see someone beat them before I'm kind of making them, less than number 1.
All right, Recon Athlete episode 92. Chris Sanchez, Paul Rodriguez, Zach Lucero. Shout out to everybody on the watch party, which I ended up starting 5 watch parties, I noticed.
Yeah. I was trying to keep up with the comments.
What happened, man?
I don't know, dude. You're freaking 51. It's
a boomer,
dude.
Dude, I couldn't. It wasn't working, man. My bad, dude. I just see this is kind of week. Paul, this is kind of week I've been having, bro. I've been trying to keep my head up, but this kind of week I've been having, bro. It's all right though. We'll get through it.
Keep looking up.
Everything gonna be all right, man. Everything gonna be all right. All right, let's do some. Since we're talking about ratings, I know, Paul, you put out there the Madden ratings, which apparently, I've been seeing a lot of chatter about the Madden ratings, man. And I think the one that, who was it? Was it Deshaun Watson that I saw?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson, 86. He was a little miffed on that. I mean, overall, 86. I mean, come on, bro. I'd at least put him in the 90s, right, Paul?
It's Brian Billick, man. That's
Is it because he ain't got
it's Brian. It's when you put Deshaun Watson in there. just put Brian Billick's face and put minus 20, minus 10, because he shipped off his best receiver. He's brought in David Johnson and paid him more money. It's like, what the hell are you thinking? And so I'm saying, in all reality, Deshaun's like a 96. But because his head coach and GM is Brian Billick, we're going to go ahead and say minus 10 because he's a fool.
But I mean, the guys that he's behind in the quarterback position, I mean, going from top to bottom, we got Pat Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson, Drew Brees, Tom Brady at 90. He's the only 90. Aaron Rodgers, and then Matt Ryan. I mean,
say the ranking after those last two. Brady, and then what was Rodgers?
Oh, hold on, man. You were cutting out again. You were cutting out. Say that again, Paul. Paul, you there? Paul.
dump him.
Yeah. Call back, bro. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to filter this to get the.
Do you want me to do it? Because you're 57, so.
Bro. Yeah. Yeah. Do it, bro. I got it.
Apply. You gotta click apply.
I did.
Why you keep changing it?
I'm not. I'm doing it. Paul, you there, bro? See, there he goes. Hello? Can we hit us back, Paul? Yeah, we keep losing him. Dog, I got it, dog. I got it, dog. I got it.
Hello?
Yeah, I got you there. I got you, Paul.
Everything all right over there?
I mean, yeah, I just.
You don't know how to use this computer?
All right.
I had it, dog. You messed it up, man. I had it, dog.
No, you didn't have
Yes, I did. I had it. That's what I just had that. I just had that. Just had that. All right.
What did you have?
Nothing.
I mean, I had it. So we got the quarterback. We're doing the quarterback position rankings, and when you started talking, but then your phone like started going crazy. But now we got a good connection.
So
with you.
read them top down.
All right.
Up to Deshaun Watson.
Mahomes is 99. Russell Wilson 97. Lamar Jackson 94. Drew Brees 93. Tom Brady 90. Aaron Rodgers 89. Matt Ryan 87, and then Deshaun Watson 86. I mean.
Yeah, Brian Billick, man, he's a bummer.
But I mean, if you're not giving Aaron Rodgers a 90, you're for dang sure not giving Deshaun Watson a 90.
I mean,
I agree.
The only thing that's movable is maybe you put Watson over Ryan, but I mean, it's kind of how we were talking about in football. It's like those people are going to be there until they quit playing. You know, like Tom Brady's a 90. He ain't no 90 quarterback in real life right now.
Nope.
So I mean, just looking at who's above him, I think you. I mean, the only thing you could do is put him ranked the same as somebody else. But I mean, I think it's fair. It sounds weird to say is 86, but I think everybody is a little low.
Yeah, I guess so, man.
I don't think he's an 86 quarterback.
What do you think?
What would you say that? What rating would you give him?
If I had to give him a fair rating, at least a 93. A fair rating.
Okay, so who's 93?
Drew Brees.
So you would say he's as good as Drew Brees and a little worse than Lamar Jackson, better than Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, and Matt Ryan. With his
arm, with his throwing ability, with his feet, and with his mental toughness and mental aptitude, damn right, he's a 93. I think the awareness for Drew Brees is probably, like if we looked, I wonder if Drew Brees' awareness is 99, because it probably is, because he's 42 years old.
It's a 98.
Okay, I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
And see, if you go measure the throwing power and you measure the elusiveness.
You're getting too hard for Chris. Chris don't know how to do all that.
Oh. Okay.
I got it.
My point is that with those three factors, aptitude, feet, and throwing ability, even throw power and throw accuracy, I still think that Deshaun Watson in real life is a 93.
I feel like everyone could like be bumped up a couple points.
I think Aaron Rodgers is a solid 6 points too low.
Yeah, like I think like the base is like a little low. But I mean, Madden always does this, and then they like That way they have room to like
they'll adjust
make
it.
them better and stuff. But go scroll up, Chris.
Uh-huh.
See where it says throw power, THP?
Yeah.
Click that. All right, so who do you think has the best throw power in the game, Paul?
Overall?
Yeah.
Throwing power. Throw power rating.
Right.
It should be easy.
I mean, Mahomes?
Yeah. So we got Mahomes. We got Aaron Rodgers, number 2 with 94.
Ooh, okay. Interesting.
And then the next highest
This is crazy.
at 93
I mean, really?
is Jacob Eason for the Colts. Rookie for the Colts.
Okay.
And then at 92, Justin Herbert, another rookie.
Yeah.
Him and Lamar Jackson are both 92. And then you got
Okay.
Russell Wilson at 91, Carson Wentz at 90.
Carson Wentz at 90?
Yeah, Carson Wentz, James Morgan, Jordan Love, and Tom Brady are all at 90.
Tom Brady ain't got no 90 throw power, my friend. I am sorry
And
to
then
say.
And
then-
I don't think like I think there should be more guys like Jacob Eason, Justin Herbert at the top of the list for throw power because I don't think like I think they're correlating throw power too much with like how good you are as a quarterback. Because like Josh Allen should be up there, like
yeah.
Jameis
telling
Winston
me-
should be up there, Cam should be up there.
If you're telling me throw power is 90, then Tua Tagovailoa should be a throw power for throwing a bomb in his sophomore year to win a national title.
He's
Like, give me a break.
He's 88.
No, it's
Yeah.
Madden ratings is
Tripping. All right, I got my Gen Zer. Are you a Gen Zer? You're a millennial.
Who, me?
No, I'm talking to Zach.
Yeah, well, I'm
Technically-
barely a millennial.
technically-
I'm a millennial Gen 1.
Technically, I'm a millennial.
Yes, you are.
Technically,
You can be a millennial
I-
at 49.
at 40, you can be a millennial.
Are you sure it's not 82 the cutoff? I don't care.
I
Just
saw it was
saying.
80. Last one I saw
Maybe,
was
yeah.
80. But I
You're
mean, I don't know. I'm
probably
not- all right, what are we doing now?
Running backs.
All right.
What do we want to leave it off at? All right. So
Do top 10. Oh, you know what? Do top 15.
So
There's a lot
the
of
newest
good running
member of the 99 club in Madden, Christian McCaffrey, I think very deserving, kind of
Ooh,
do-it-all
no.
guy. Number 2 running back in Madden, Paul. Who do you think?
I haven't looked at it, so I don't know. So I would, if I had to guess, I would say Ezekiel Elliott.
Derrick Henry,
Derrick Henry.
number
Okay.
2 at 93. So we're going 99 to McCaffrey to 93 with Derrick Henry. Ezekiel Elliott, 92. Nick Chubb, 92. Scroll
Okay.
down, Chris. Dalvin Cook, 91. Saquon Barkley, 91.
Oh, the disrespect.
Disrespect. Hold on.
The disrespect for Mr. Quan.
So I think
For
I
real?
think that's a little low for Saquon. But coming granted, like you don't got much to base it off of last year. So I think with what Nick Chubb did last year and what Saquon Barkley didn't do, I think that's pretty fair.
Saquon ain't have no offensive line. Of course he couldn't run the ball.
He didn't play.
A lot of times they were down so much they had to air out the ball in the second half because they were behind. Were they going to run the ball? No, I don't think so.
So do you think, Chris,
What?
Derrick Henry, Ezekiel Elliott, Saquon Barkley, start, bench, cut?
I mean, I start Saquon. You know, I'll bench.
Heck no.
And I'll bench Zeke and I'll cut Derrick Henry.
Cut Derrick Henry.
Yeah. You know
Bruh.
what do you think, Paul?
So give me it's Derrick Henry, McCaffrey, and Zeke.
No, Zeke, Henry,
Uh-huh.
and Saquon.
I'm gonna have to cut Saquon. I'm gonna start Henry and I'm gonna bench Zeke because I'm loyal.
Because you're what?
Because I'm loyal. I'm loyal
To what?
to the Cowboys with Ezekiel Elliott.
Oh man.
You didn't hear me? Oh,
Yeah, no, I feel you.
okay.
I don't know. I just like, I don't know.
To me, Zeke and Saquon are even. Derrick Henry is better. Like Derrick Henry in my eyes is not 93. He's like 96.
I mean, yeah. I get it.
What he did in the playoffs from the wild card round.
I mean, yeah, but I mean
pushing the eventual Super Bowl champions to the limit.
Yeah.
Making Patrick Mahomes turn in a $500 million contract effort to win that game in the AFC Championship. Breaking out of tackles, doing the spin motion, cutting back against the grain to score a touchdown in the third quarter. Totally changed the momentum of that game in the AFC Championship. I'm just saying.
All right.
Derrick Henry had him on the ropes.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you're gonna, base it off of, a couple of games, I get that. I totally get that. What are you doing now?
They had to win out to get into the playoffs. Their last 2 or 3 games.
Yeah. What are you doing, dog?
All right. So because Chris's computer's broken and I can't sort
see.
by receivers.
See.
Use your phone, Zach. It's in the messenger.
See, it wasn't me. Even the millennial couldn't do it. I did it.
Oh my goodness.
Did I do it?
Hope you didn't do it. See, told you.
Are you sure?
It's because you got dial-up internet.
You did something on here, man.
No, it's because you don't pay your bills on time. And I give you a cut off.
Man, I got all my stuff on. It's all good. It's all good. Because it's not giving me everybody.
Like,
it's not showing me everybody.
Yeah, the top people.
It's starting me at Henry Ruggs. It's like, nah, dog.
Henry Ruggs, though, 98 speed, Paul, second fastest player in the game. How do you feel about that?
Tyreek Hill? Tyreek Hill?
I'm not sure. I would assume.
Tyreek Hill got moused over there at ATX. I don't know if y'all seen that.
I don't think Henry Ruggs is the second fastest person in the NFL.
Yeah, I think maybe they gave that to him because of his 40 time at the combine, maybe. But yeah, I think I'm with you. I don't know if he's the fastest. I'd be interested to know what's his acceleration.
Ruggs?
97.
Wow, they're talking about a get off.
All right, so here we go. I got the top 10 receivers in Madden right here. All right.
Okay.
1 to 10. Michael Thomas, DeAndre Hopkins, both 98. Tyreek Hill, Julio Jones, both 96. Devontae Adams at 5 with 93. Stephon Diggs, 92. Mike Evans, 92. Amari Cooper, 92. OBJ and Keenan Allen, 91. I would have never imagined a few years ago OBJ barely being 90 in Madden. I mean, he was the cover boy of Madden and like who you everyone wanted to play with and like throw it up to OBJ, yada. But I mean, I think he's taken such a step back since being with the Browns that I think this is like kind of like a realization of like he's not the OBJ that he used to be.
I'm gonna that's a hard disagree on my end. I think the only reason why, and no disrespect to Baker, but I think the only reason why OBJ is at a 91 is due to the fact that that offense that they had was inept. They couldn't do anything. They were a high school offense at best, playing in the NFL under Kitchens. And I understand that's where he's at. I understand that's the situation and that's the environment that he's around. But you put OBJ with a half decent. You put OBJ with a Pro Bowl alternate quarterback, and he would lead the NFL in receiving.
Who would you put him above then?
I'd put him at. You listed a 96 with Julio and who else?
Tyreek.
Yeah, I'm right. He's right there for me. He's around 95, 96.
So above Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs, Mike Evans,
Yes.
Amari Cooper.
Yes, 100%.
Chris, who's your favorite receiver? If you were gonna go to the bar with a receiver to drink like you love to do,
Why do you always call me out like that, dude? I
what
don't drink that
receiver
much.
would you
Golly.
like to
Make everybody think that
go to
I'm
the
over
bar
here
with?
like, I don't know, man. I don't really go to the bar, dude.
Probably
Bars
Michael
aren't
Irvin.
open.
He probably parties like you.
Bars aren't open, man. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't really like wide receivers, man.
Just think about it in fantasy terms.
Fantasy terms, Michael Thomas. As much as I don't like to say that, because BJ's been a Michael Thomas fan for years now.
All right, let's go start, bench, cut, Chris. Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, OBJ.
That's easy for me.
Well, I didn't ask you.
I'll start OBJ. And I'll cut Devontae Adams. Tyreek Hill will bench.
Bro.
Yeah. Paul?
Oh man, I'm starting Devontae Adams. I'm benching OBJ, and I'm cutting Tyreek Hill.
See, we're totally opposite. That's good.
Opposites attract.
That's good.
All right, next topic. We've already been on there for 2 hours.
All right, Recon Athlete, episode 92. Chris Sanchez, Paul Rodriguez, Zach Lucero. What time is it? I gotta go somewhere.
It's only been 33 minutes.
Dude, it's been an hour.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Well, so what was the last topic? Oh yeah. The college football by geography. Talk about this. Talk about it, Zach. I pulled this up, but I don't know if this is the same thing that you had.
I don't know. I sent 2.
Oh, you did.
And you didn't
Zach, pick the one from the messenger.
Which one has 2?
The one with
or the other one?
The one that had them grouped by regions, like Lone Star Conference, Big Apple Conference.
The SI.com?
All right. Well, there's 2. So let's just look at the Sports Illustrated one.
All right.
So this is all imaginary, Paul. I know you normally don't like to talk about stuff. It's imaginary.
Actually, I really liked this one that you put up there. So I hope it's the one I liked.
So this person, the author of this article, says, kind of goes off of the soccer system and relegates 11 current FBS teams and brings up North Dakota State. So UTEP, Texas State, UTSA, South Alabama, Louisiana Monroe, Bowling Green, New Mexico State, San Jose State, Coastal Carolina, Troy, and Liberty. See you later. You're not taking part in the 2020 FBS season. So basically, if you're a school in Texas, that's not the main one, then sorry. Too bad.
Huh? Too bad, so sad.
So no independence. So Notre Dame's in a conference. So the Southwest Conference, which is the one that has Texas, this guy would say has Baylor, Houston, North Texas, TCU, Rice, SMU, Texas, A&M, Texas Tech, and then OU, Oklahoma State, and Tulsa.
Yeah, that's one I got here.
Paul?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I liked it, because this basically, if you had to do it this way, I mean, we're only pretty much going off of Power 5 and G5 schools, which I think that's what's going to end up happening either way, but probably not till the spring. And I mean, I like it because of the geographical nature that you have of each conference. And I mean, maybe somebody will take part in it. I don't know if it would gain that much traction, but based off of the groupings, I mean, I'm really interested to see how that would fare out, because you're going to have matchups that are historical that we haven't seen in over a decade. You're going to test different strengths for, schools that are typically in different conferences, and to see how they can play out. But I mean, and it would be a it would be a dog eat dog, week in, week out, battle, because one loss and potentially you're done for the season. You're not going to make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, but I mean, like North Texas and Rice, like Tulsa. I mean, it'd be fun for them, but I don't think we get a whole lot of wins out of this.
Right. So then this guy has
SMU. Well, maybe SMU.
So you play everyone in your conference.
Yeah.
The 10 conference champions, and then 2 at-large teams. That would be the playoff, the college football playoff. So a 12-team playoff. Paul, do you have this in front of you or no?
I think I do. I just want to make sure. Read off that conference once again, just so I can make sure. It's
the Southwest Conference is what it's called.
Okay.
Is that the one you have?
I'm zooming in. Hold on.
It's Baylor, Houston, North Texas, OU, Oklahoma State, Rice, SMU, TCU, Texas A&M, Texas Tech, and Tulsa.
I think so, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So are there any of these conferences other than this one that is appealing to you?
I mean, not really, because, I'm not primarily focused on the teams in Texas. And so, I really don't have a vested interest in any other team. And I would have maybe for, the Southeast, but because A&M is in, this conference, it just doesn't – I'm not partial to any other one except this one here for the Texas team.
So looking at the Great Midwest Conference, that's the conference that adds North Dakota State. How do you think an FCS team playing a full FBS schedule like North Dakota State fares in that conference?
I know what North Dakota State's done, and I think it would expose a lot of their depth. They probably wouldn't be able to keep up how many teams are there? Let's probably say an 8-week.
Yeah, well, there's 12 teams total, so they'd have to play 11.
So it'll be an 11-game season. Mm-hmm. I just don't think they would be able to keep up. Well, I don't think they're built for it, just based off their depth. And if you're playing, it's different. It's a different skill. It's a different skill set that they're going to be encountering. And they may be a mid. They may finish in the middle of the pack, but I don't think they would come out of that conference.
I think looking at that conference, you could argue that they would be favored, if not close, in about 4 of those games. And then just them being who they are, it wouldn't surprise me if they upset somebody.
And those 4 being Central Michigan. Who was this one?
Eastern Michigan,
Western Michigan,
Kansas.
I
But it
don't know
wouldn't
about
surprise me
Kansas.
if they beat a Kansas State, beat a Missouri. Maybe even beat an Iowa or Iowa State, on some upset stuff.
Yeah.
So I think that would be cool. I think that would be cool to kind of answer a lot of questions that people have whenever they see people talk about how good North Dakota State is how good would they really be? The only other thing that sticks out to me is that I think it's funny seeing Alabama and LSU in a conference called the Sun Belt Conference, because that's actually a conference that they would never ever be in.
Yeah. And they would be playing. This is
it's not much different than.
Is that Toledo?
Yeah. And then Southern Miss.
Toledo, Southern Miss, LSU. This Sun Belt's not much different than the SEC, I guess.
You add Memphis, and then
Arkansas,
they could
Auburn.
arguably be better than some of the schools already in the SEC.
And you can get a lot of, there's a lot of rivalry that you could get out of this type of setting. But other than the Sun Belt, Southwest, Great Midwest, you look at some of the Great Mideast, it's kind of okay, you got Michigan in there and Ohio State, Purdue, Michigan State, and then outside of that, it's not much else football.
Deep
South
Ball
looks,
State would come out of there. Oh, Ball State.
The Deep South looks pretty cool. Florida State, Florida, Georgia, Miami. South Florida.
Games to go
South Florida would be good. I think South Florida could be competitive.
And then the other one I have has the Texas Conference from that. It's called the Lone Star Conference. Has Houston, Incarnate Word, Prairie View, Texas, Texas Southern, Houston Baptist, Lamar, Rice, A&M, Texas State. I don't think that one wouldn't be fun at all. I mean, the only big game it would be like the Lake Travis Westlake District, where the only good game is Texas A&M.
Dang. Why are you calling everybody out right now?
Like
We calling everybody out right now. All right, Recon Athlete, episode 92. Chris Sanchez, Paul Rodriguez, Zach Lucero. We're talking imaginary conferences because we're hoping that there's not imaginary football this fall. But we'll see. We shall see. Zach, you haven't given us any homework lately.
Yeah, I'm letting everything digest ever since I missed that one and you really mad.
Oh. I wasn't mad.
Nah, you're mad. I could tell. I could see
No,
it in your
man,
eyes.
I wasn't mad.
Yeah, that or
I
Paul was
wasn't
mad for you.
No, I wasn't mad. Paul Rodriguez.
Why y'all so glum?
Huh?
It's like where's the energy at? I mean, where's the energy at,
I
fellas?
had energy like an hour ago.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I mean, we gotta get a hype in here. Like somebody gotta tell a joke. Zach, where the jokes at? Nowhere to be found. Is that what it is? Did you leave them at home? You forgot them in your book bags? Which one is it?
So, Chris, did you get to watch that Showtime documentary yet? Did you finish
No,
it?
man. I watched the first episode because it was on YouTube. They put it on YouTube. And then I was trying to scroll to find the other ones, but I saw the first one. But yeah, no. I've been hearing good things, so I need to check it out.
I think it would behoove you both to find some sort of Showtime free trial, 30-day trial, or something like that to watch that documentary.
Yeah.
No, it's not homework. I wouldn't call it homework because it could potentially cost money.
Yeah.
But I think it's a definite piece of the like high school football culture. Like it was very like prevalent. Like I remember all of these steps. Like I remember like seeing the stuff happen on Twitter.
Yeah.
Like during that time. So I think it would be a good watch for both of y'all.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Like I said, I saw the first episode because it was on YouTube. Paul, did you see any of the episodes?
I mean, I kind of lived it, but no, I didn't watch it on Showtime. I mean, I was alive when it was going on.
Okay. Fair enough.
Man, fellas, what's up, y'all? What's going on?
What do you mean, dude?
I know y'all are just like, I don't know. Like y'all are under the weather. Y'all got the Rona or something or what?
Nah, man. Are you upset by this episode? I feel like you're upset.
No, I'm curious.
Ever since I couldn't I couldn't get your computer to do the wide receivers.
Well, I think when BJ called, and
oh man,
yeah.
BJ's just funny. That's the first thing.
I know. So
number two, I'm trying to make sure you guys are all right.
Oh man, I'm good, dude. You know, I told you, man, it's been rough, bro. It's been, but I'm good.
Oh man, okay, all right.
I'm good, man. It's just stuff sometimes happens, and you got to deal with it. So it's all good though. Be all right. Not every episode is gonna be the number one episode, man. I mean, my apologies. My apologies.
Would you rather, Chris?
Huh?
I'm not gonna ask you, Paul, because you're gonna say it's dumb. So you're
Maybe
not gonna
dumb.
answer. Chris, would you rather every drink you drank tasted like?
We already did this one.
Oh, we did.
Tasted like what?
Wait, did I already do this one?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
No, you haven't
Signing
done
off.
it. You haven't done it.
Tasted like
Do your
what?
thing. The cough medicine one?
Yes.
We did this.
Yeah, you did that
Oh,
one.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm turning my mic off.
Oh man. Hey, Paul, man. My bad, bro. We'll get it 90. We'll get 93. We'll get 93, bro. We'll get 93 growing, man. It's been crazy, man.
I'm looking out for you two. I want to make sure y'all are.
Oh no, man. No, man. We're good. No, man. We're good. We're good.
I'm out of Dr. Pepper creams at home, so that could be playing a part.
Well, you're a big boy. You can order it.
Yeah. All right, man. We'll be better. We'll be better 93, man. I've been a lot of work stuff going on for me, so I'll be better. I'll be better on 93. Zach, give me your shout outs. Do any shout out?
Shout out to Paul.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout out to Paul. Shout out to BJ. Shout out to everybody.
Just Paul. He needs it.
I'm gonna shout out to everybody who was on the watch party. Like all 15 watch parties I started. My bad, y'all. I couldn't get it to work though. I'll fix that. I'll fix that too. And then shout out to Snoop over in the green room, and everybody that put up with this episode.
Shout out to Paul again. You deserve better.
Yeah.
I don't think people are putting up with episodes. I think they're enjoying them.
Shout out to God, man. Keep looking up, right? Keep looking up, right, Zach?
Yeah, Snoop, how does it go? Keep looking up. That's where it all is.
Keep looking up. That's where it all is. All right, man.
Shout out Wendy's.
All right, man. End it with a bang, Paul Rodriguez.
Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all enjoyed the podcast, please like, subscribe, and of course, comment down below. And everybody on YouTube, hit the bell. We'll let us know when we upload. Everybody say hi to Chris. Make him smile, because I like when he smiles. We gone!
Make way for